Cheese and Tomato Omelette Recipe. A cheese and tomato omelette is a classic, comforting dish that combines the juicy sweetness of tomatoes with the creamy richness of cheese. It's a simple yet satisfying meal that is perfect for breakfast, brunch, or a light dinner. The combination of fresh cherry tomatoes and melted cheese creates a delightful contrast in texture and flavor. Here's a step-by-step guide to making the perfect cheese and tomato omelette. Ingredients: serves 1. 3 large eggs. Half cup cherry tomatoes, halved. 1/4 cup shredded cheese, cheddar, mozzarella, or a combination. 1 tablespoon butter, or olive oil. Salt and pepper to taste. Optional garnish: fresh herbs such as parsley, chives, or a sprinkle of chili flakes for added flavor. Step-by-step instructions. 1. Prepare the ingredients. Have the cherry tomatoes. Rinse the cherry tomatoes under cool water, remove any stems, and cut them in half. If the tomatoes are particularly large, you can quarter them. Grate or shred the cheese. Grate or shred your preferred cheese, cheddar, mozzarella, or a blend. You can also use a combination of both for extra flavor. Set the cheese aside. Crack and beat the eggs. Crack the eggs into a bowl and add a pinch of salt and pepper. Beat the eggs with a whisk or fork until fully combined and slightly frothy. Set the egg mixture aside. 2. Sauté the cherry tomatoes. Heat the pan. Place a non-stick skillet, 8 to 10 inches is ideal, over medium heat. Melt the butter or heat the oil. Add 1 tablespoon of butter or olive oil to the skillet. Let it melt and coat the bottom of the pan evenly. Sauté the tomatoes. Add the half cherry tomatoes to the skillet and cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Stir occasionally. Cook until the tomatoes soften and release some of their juices, but be careful not to let them become too mushy. You want them to retain their shape and release just enough moisture to enhance the flavor of the omelette. Season the tomatoes with a pinch of salt and pepper to enhance their natural sweetness. 3. Cook the eggs. Add the beaten eggs. Once the tomatoes have softened, pour the beaten eggs evenly over the tomatoes in the skillet. Let the eggs cook. Allow the eggs to cook undisturbed for about 10 to 15 seconds, or until the edges begin to set. Tilt the pan gently or use a spatula to pull the cooked edges towards the center, letting the uncooked egg flow to the edges. You want the eggs to set softly without overcooking the center. The surface should still be slightly runny when you add the cheese. 4. Add the cheese. Sprinkle the cheese. Once the eggs are mostly set but still slightly soft in the center, sprinkle the shredded cheese evenly over the top of the omelette. Allow the cheese to melt into the eggs as they continue to cook. The heat from the eggs and tomatoes will gently melt the cheese, creating a creamy and flavorful filling. Fold the omelette. When the eggs are fully set and the cheese has melted, use a silicone spatula to carefully fold one half of the omelette over the other, covering the tomatoes and cheese. Gently press the folded omelette with a spatula to ensure it holds together. 5. Finish cooking and serve. Let it cook through. Allow the folded omelette to cook for another 30 seconds to 1 minute to ensure the cheese is melted all the way through and the eggs are fully cooked. Transfer to a plate. Once the omelette is ready, carefully slide it onto a warm plate using the spatula. Garnish, optional. Garnish the omelette with fresh herbs, such as chopped parsley or chives, or a sprinkle of chili flakes if you like a bit of heat. You can also drizzle a little olive oil on top for extra richness. Tips for success. Choose the right cheese. Cheddar offers a sharp, tangy flavor, while mozzarella provides a mild, creamy texture. A blend of both gives a wonderful balance of flavor and creaminess. Don't overcook the eggs. Keep the heat moderate to low when cooking the eggs. Overcooking the eggs can result in a rubbery texture, while gently cooking them ensures a fluffy, tender omelette. Moisture control. Be careful not to let the tomatoes release too much moisture while cooking. If you're concerned about excess liquid, you can drain the tomatoes briefly before adding them to the eggs. Use fresh ingredients. Fresh, ripe cherry tomatoes will give the omelette a natural sweetness and bright flavor. Opt for in-season tomatoes for the best taste. Serving suggestions. A cheese and tomato omelette pairs beautifully with toast or bread. Serve with a side of whole grain toast, baguette slices, or a soft croissant to scoop up any extra tomato juices. Mixed greens salad. A simple side salad of mixed greens, cucumbers, and a light vinaigrette adds freshness to balance the richness of the omelette. Fresh fruit, pair with a refreshing side of seasonal fruit like orange slices, berries, or an apple. Beverages, a hot cup of coffee or freshly squeezed juice complements this dish perfectly. Variations. Herb variation. Add fresh herbs like basil, oregano, or thyme to the egg mixture for extra flavor. You can also sprinkle fresh herbs over the omelette after serving. Add vegetables. To make the omelette heartier, add sautéed mushrooms, spinach, or bell peppers along with the tomatoes. Meat option. Include cooked bacon, ham, or sausage for added protein and a savory kick. This cheese and tomato omelette is a quick, delicious, and comforting meal that you can make in just a few minutes. With its juicy tomatoes and gooey cheese, it's a classic combination that never gets old. Whether you enjoy it for breakfast, brunch, or a light dinner, this simple dish is sure to please everyone at the table.